All right, guys, today's video is about combating emotional eating. Now, to be honest, if you are really struggling with this, it's something you might want to consider getting some professional help with. There are Overeating Anonymous meetings. You could get some counseling for it. I highly recommend it if it's something that you deem to be serious, that is extremely negatively impacting your life, physically and emotionally. Beyond that, I can get, hang on, I'm sorry, babe. Let me do this real quick. All right, one more time. Here we go.
Starting over?
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, this video is about managing emotional eating. Now, with that said, if this is something that you deem to be a serious problem, and I mean, not like you're bored and you went to the pantry again, something where you're binge eating or you're compulsively overeating, this video is a fluff piece. I highly encourage you to get some counseling and maybe consider a meeting like an OA meeting, which is Overeating Anonymous. This video is about, look, when you're bored, when you're stressed, when you're anxious, and all of a sudden these calories start to add up over time, 5 pounds, 10 pounds here and there, right? So the first thing is, if you are experiencing that, right, and you're impulsive, you're in the moment, you're stressed out, I want you to pause. So there's a tip in AA, and it's called thinking through the drink. Well, you're going to think through the snack. So when we pause, you're literally shifting the part of your brain that you're using to think and function, right? So you're going from the impulsive part of your brain to the part of your brain that is associated with logic and reasoning. And you're going to stop and you're going to think like, all right, how am I going to feel when I'm eating this? And you might be like, awesome. Oh, I can't wait to have this. I deserve it. Fair. How are you going to feel after you've just finished it? And how are you going to feel at the end of the week when you have eaten 5 bags of cookies you didn't want, right? Or at the end of the month when you're up a couple pounds, and over the course of the year when you're up 10 pounds? How's that going to make you feel? Defeated? Depressed? Mess with your self-confidence a little bit? Mess with your self-esteem? So think it all the way through, right? That's step number 1. Number 2, I want you to practice something called environmental control, right? We can't eat. Dogs. You're just gonna have to cut. Right? So, environmental control. You can't eat what isn't there. So set yourself up for success. Willpower is like a muscle, right? The more you utilize it, the more fatigued it's going to get. That's why when, in the time when there were restaurants, you would tell the waiter, don't bring bread to the table, please don't put the chips down, because you can't eat what isn't there. If it sits there over the course of your meal, you're going to pick at it. So don't buy your trigger foods. Don't buy the pints of ice cream. Don't buy the boxes of cookies. And if there are things, right, this is going to bring me to my next tip, that your family members are consuming, I've asked people in my family, like, yo, find a place for that I don't know where it is. Find a cabinet somewhere and put it over there. I don't want to know where it is, so I can't go and find it. And then the next tip would be recruit support. Tell the people in your life where you're at, what you're struggling with, what you need, and how they can help you. So actually, my 10-year-old and I both kind of struggle with emotional eating, and we look out for each other. So she'll literally say to me, Mom, are you done? You feel full? She watches me eat and she knows, she's like, that's a good amount of food. I think you're done. And I've asked her to do this for me, right? And she's asked me to do the same thing. I'll be like, baby, how do you feel full? What do you think? Yeah, I feel okay, give it to me. And we have each other's backs in this way. Or we'll engage in a conversation like, oh, I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling bored and I really want to go to the fridge. All right, what can we do, right? Call a friend maybe. Recruit some support in the home, out of the home, so that you can talk to somebody about whatever you're feeling, whatever's going on, and have them help you instead of sabotage you. Communicate your needs, okay? Next, journal. Get those feelings out on paper, because a lot of times we're trying to stuff down those feelings or deny them, engaging in something else. Journal. Write your feelings down. Get it all out on paper. And if there's something you're stressed out about, look at where you can be proactive, right? So if you're out of work, can you apply for a PPP loan? Can you fix your resume? Can you send out a bunch of resumes on a job site like LinkedIn? what can you do that's going to be proactive instead of self-destructive? So a lot of times when I feel anxious at night, sometimes I'll make a list. All right, these are all the things I need to deal with and do tomorrow. I have my thoughts on paper. I feel organized. I feel more in control, and I can be proactive. And it gives me a sense of calm and control, and it helps to manage my anxiety and my stress. Another one, I get it. Life can feel punishing, right? It absolutely can. How can you nurture yourself in ways that are life affirming instead of self destructive? Is there a hobby that you love? Can you engage in self care? What can you do that is going to make you feel like, all right, I'm caring for myself, I'm loving myself, but I'm not spending money I don't have, I'm not eating food that I shouldn't be eating? How would you treat your kid? If you don't have a kid, imagine you did, right? How would you treat your kid if they were feeling defeated and bummed out and kind of depressed, right? Would you do something sweet for them? Would you buy them maybe a little present that you could afford? Would you engage them in a fun activity that they love? Maybe you want to take a bubble bath. Maybe you want to download a couple of cool workout songs for your next playlist. Maybe you have a hobby that you love. Do it. Maybe you just want to veg out on the couch. And even though it's not super healthy, it's also not going to kill you. So go ahead and lay your ass on the couch and chill out. Give yourself permission to nurture and comfort and love yourself just the way you would treat your kid or somebody you love more than anything in the world. Treat yourself the same way. Do it in ways that are life affirming and not self-destructive. So there are a few tips for managing those anxious, stressful emotions that might be coming up for you so that you don't turn to the food.